Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the President of the United Arab Emirates, Your Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates, Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, Honorable Ministers who may be here, representatives of regional and international organizations, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the government people of the Republic of Zimbabwe, I'm delighted to address this year's World Government Summit in this beautiful city of Dubai as one of the guest countries at this year's edition. Further, we are appreciative of the wonderful hospitality we have enjoyed since our arrival in this beautiful city. May I pay special tribute to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the President of the United Arab Emirates, and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates. Your visionary and transformational leadership has ensured that the UAE continues to be among global leaders in futuristic, transparent, and open government administration. Ladies and gentlemen, the world continues to witness shifting geopolitics, climate change-induced poverty, and natural as well as high debt burdens and supply chain disruptions across the board. No country is immune from food and energy insecurity, inflation pressures, and the slowdown in the global economy. Meanwhile, the opportunities of the fourth industrial revolution and the need for regulated artificial intelligence give impetus to the need to reimagine how societies are governed and economies managed. This makes these platforms like the World Government Summit of strategic relevance for the future we all want. The theme, Shaping Future Governments, is timely and affords us interactive space for common perspectives and innovative solutions. I'm particularly honored to share with the summit Zimbabwe's journey of resilience, driven by innovative, people-centered policies and strategies for sustainable and multi-pronged national development. This is against the odds we continue to face, characterized by over 23 years of illegal economic sanctions imposed on our country. Since the advent of the Second Republic in 2018, the government of Zimbabwe has implemented multi-pronged strategies for sustainable development, economic growth, and a higher quality of life that leaves no one and no place behind. Due to the illegal sanctions imposed on our country, Zimbabwe has no lines of credit from international financial institutions. Instead of burying our heads in the sand, we resolved to be innovative and leverage on our own domestic resources to drive sustainable, realistic, and achievable people-centered development agenda. Our national vision and national development strategy outlines the national strategic objective being the realization of an upper middle income economy by 2030. Stability is being pursued through complementary channels, namely fiscal prudency, tight monetary policy, currency reforms, and long-term investment. To this end, government has maintained budget deficits of no more than 1.5% of GDP per annum. Our central bank continues to maintain positive real interest rates, thereby discouraging excessive borrowing, consumption, and speculative behavior. The post-2018 period has seen my government adopt innovative financial ingenuity to back the domestic currency with a stable and a globally prized asset such as gold. Further, my government is investing in sustainable economic growth through its infrastructure investment program, investments in productive sectors, and ensuring private sector-led economic growth. Over the period 2021 to 2023, Zimbabwe experienced a strong economic growth rate, averaging 6.8% to become the fastest growing economy in the Southern African region. To ensure sustainability and growth, an inclusive stakeholder approach, the decentralization of government services and the introduction of e-government have provided a sound base for accelerating value chain transformation. This has also helped to reduce public expenditure, entrench public sector accountability, and nurture transparency and quality service delivery. Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates, turning to our rich natural resource endowment, agriculture and mining are the major sectors of the economy. These are key contributors to export earnings, employment creation and livelihoods, and provide backward linkages for our diversified manufacturing sector. To address the challenges of climate change, my government developed and implemented a robust agriculture, food systems, and rural transformation strategy, which has led to rapid development of the agricultural sector. The agricultural sector grew by 4.1% in 2020, 17.5% in 2021, and 6.2% in 2022. Resultantly, Zimbabwe is now food secure and one of the 2 countries in Africa which has realized wheat self-sufficiency. This firm foundation has resulted in export growth, enhanced agro-industrialization, increased employment, and higher standards of living for the predominantly rural people of our country. At household level, the sustainable intensive conservation agricultural model for climate-proofed production, popularly known as Pfumvudza Itwansa, has been adopted. Millions of rural farmers and peri-urban beneficiaries receive agro-region-specific input packages, which comprise seed, fertilizer, and chemicals for maize, cotton, wheat, and small traditional grains. The model has led to a 3-fold increase in production and productivity, leading to food security at household level. At the national level, extensive dam construction is underway, with the corresponding development of modern irrigation systems. The mechanization and modernization of the agricultural sector is being deliberately supported by government among communal and smallholder farmers, right up to the commercial farming level. With regards to financing, my government has adopted innovative financing models to facilitate the growth of specific agricultural value chains. Over and above the climate-proofed input support scheme to vulnerable rural households, an institutionalized government-guaranteed financing model provides credit to commercial farmers. Additionally, private sector participation in commodity off-takers are obliged to fund a percentage of the production. responsive legislative reforms complemented by the structured liberalization of markets and the establishment of a commodity exchange provide further confidence for additional investments in the agricultural sector and agro-industries in my country. My government has prioritized the capacitation of extension staff. A paradigm shift among extension staff has led to greater focus on equipping those in the agricultural sector to undertake farming as a business. The Presidential Rural Development Program aims to build resilient rural communities. Boreholes are being drilled in all villages and the schools as an economic enabler for the attainment of Vision 2030 and an accelerator to rural industrialization. With regards to the mining sector, the thrust of my government is to upscale beneficiation and value addition. The exploration and extraction of strategic minerals such as lithium and gold have doubled, with more investments in partnerships which are most welcome. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are living in a rapidly changing world where the demands and the needs of society are evolving at an unprecedented pace. The need to reimagine our future societies and count on education systems with a bias towards science, technology, and innovation cannot be overemphasized. As such, Zimbabwe saw it fit to adopt policies and an education curriculum that fosters scientific and technological innovations which drive the growth of industries and provide solutions to address challenges faced by our society. We have realigned the education curriculum based on our unique country realities and resource endowments, which gave birth to heritage-based education 5.0 philosophy. This leverages on science and technology development to deliver relevant goods and services needed by our society. A vibrant science, technology, and innovation ecosystem is in place. This is nurturing a collaborative environment where academia, industry, and government are driving innovation with scope for the development of cutting-edge technologies for the production of high-value goods and services. Education is therefore serving as a catalyst for new solutions and technologies that propel our future societies towards intentional progress. Through this model, Zimbabwe increased the registration of patents, startups, and new industries. The new corps of innovators, inventors, and technopreneurs are not only answering the socio-economic problems faced by our communities and the economy, but also harnessing the immense opportunities that are present in our resource-rich country. This is leading to unprecedented ingenuity among our talented young people and will undoubtedly benefit both present and future generations. Innovation hubs and industrial parks within our country's institutions of higher learning and tertiary institutions funded by government serve to further propel our modernization, industrialization, and allows our talented young boys and girls at these universities to dream and create service. and products. Resulting startups and new industries are poised to transform and broaden our economic base to include natural resource beneficiation, biopharmaceutical manufacturing, medical advancements, and more importantly, allow our young people to dream, succeed, or fail, but they continue to dream for their country. Meanwhile, the state-of-the-art facilities and centers for research constructed over the last 5 years are enabling the local manufacturing of specialized medical consumables and development of new local health services, thereby reducing our reliance on global supply chains, which often gets disrupted. As you are aware, Zimbabwe is under sanctions. Through the recently established Zimbabwe National Geospatial and Space Agency, our country launched its first satellite, ZimStat-1, into orbit. These are some of the achievements that have been realized through our reimagined education system in the country. Allow me now to turn to strides made in the health sector towards universal coverage and quality health delivery. Zimbabwe's health delivery system, like most social services, have been grossly impacted by the albatross of sanctions on our country, imposed on us as a result of us claiming our land from former colonial masters. This notwithstanding, my government has deliberately increased domestic funding for the health sector. Fiscal support is biased towards improving primary, secondary, and tertiary care and institutions. In this respect, investments continue to focus on the construction and rehabilitation of health facilities, procurement of modern medical equipment, and the provision of essential drugs and pharmaceuticals. These interventions have seen the reduction in morbidity and mortality, improved reproductive, maternal, newborn, child, and adolescent health in my country. The frequency of climate change-related health catastrophes remain a risk to sustainable health care. Zimbabwe has thus increased the availability of safe water infrastructure and sanitation. In this regard, our ongoing presidential borehole drilling program will result in at least one borehole at every single village in the rural areas of my country and every school. Through greater collaboration linkages, both at the local and regional level, public health surveillance and disaster preparedness and response is being scaled up. Successes in our agricultural sector has had positive ripple effects on the nutrition, the health, and the wellness of our communities in both rural and urban areas. As I conclude, I want to state that much more work needs to be done. However, Zimbabwe remains emboldened by the hurdles we have overcome in the past 23 years of sanctions. We are grateful for the support, solidarity, trade, investment, and partnership we have always received from our Southern African region, as well as progressive members and partners of the Committee of Nations. We look forward to more of you joining Zimbabwe on our exciting and unfolding journey towards the realization of our national aspirations of a modern, prosperous, and empowered society with a high quality of life. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.